let's jump into these Sunday games because obviously we've talked about Detroit. So let's go ahead and speak on it. Number 3 seed Detroit Lions beat the number 4 seed Buccaneers 31-23. This one was back and forth. I mean, it was 10-10 at the half. Yeah. I mean, just knockout blows. Great defensive matchup. Yeah. But at the end, Detroit, they got up by 2 touchdowns, almost let Tampa Bay back in there. But at the end of the day, Detroit held them off just the same way San Fran did, man. What do you think about this one?
Man, I also think that the Buccaneers have their quarterback too. I think Baker Mayfield deserves to do another year with him. I think he did his job. I mean, like you said, this was a blow for blow. You didn't know who was going to win. It pulled off at the end, but it wasn't like, the Lions were up the entire time. It was Buccaneers, Lions. So it was a good game to me. I think that, the Lions were, let's shout out to the Lions, man. They did it.
Yep.
They pulled it off. They did what they needed to do to win this game. I truly and honestly am happy for the Detroit Lions, man. This is something that me and Sean's team have been praying we can get to.
Yes.
And you guys get to have a taste of it. In 1991 was the last time you guys went to a championship. So, we went there, 1995. So we got a little time, Sean. We got a little time. You guys were 93. You got a little time. I think this is your 30-year mark for that as well. Yeah. We got a little time, Sean. We got a little time. I know.
It's sad.
I know it's hard for Sean to grasp the fact that there's not 2 losing teams in his household anymore. And that Cat can finally say, no, that's Washington, honey, not Detroit. No, maybe you guys should borrow the paper bags.
Wow. Wow.
Some of us have to do that, but shout out to the Lions, man. I mean, Sean, they look good. They don't look bad. They have moments at times where you're like, oh, okay, what's going to happen? But Detroit seems like a hungry team. I love their coach. Their coach has just got so much fight and grit about him.
Yes.
I think that's what the team feeds off of. I'm hyped for them boys. I'm hyped that the defense is showing up the way they need to show up when they need to show up. I truly believe that the Lions are real. I mean, we talked about this last year. Does that make me crazy? We talked about it. Sean predicted it. This was it.
Yeah.
Look at them. Look at them. I mean, we saw it from when they beat Green Bay to not make the playoffs last year. We both said that they are going to be contenders. And look at them now, man. I think their coach is literally giving them that boost. And the trick plays, man. The trick plays.
Yo, they hold nothing back. Dan Campbell is one of those coaches that I want to come out of retirement and play for, man. That guy, he'll get you amped up. You could be daggone, putting up a house or painting the wall or something. He'll get you so jacked up that you'll paint the whole daggone thing. I mean, he's got this team so animated. We talk about their draft and how each one of the guys that they drafted is contributing in a major way on this team. And then you just think about, like, if you look at this game by stats, I mean, it's literally up here. I mean, they had like the same amount of I think their difference in yards. One was like 409, one was like 391. The difference in first down was, I think, 26-23. Everything was right here. The same amount of passes thrown. The difference in this game, 2 turnovers that we talked about, obviously that last interception Baker threw, but the run game for the Lions proved to be the difference. They were able to effectively run the ball. And I felt like what that did, we talk about, like, Jared Goff, he didn't make mistakes. They didn't look too this and that. I think this was perfect. This is that whole game manager thing. Yes. Sometimes you are the difference maker. Sometimes you are the game manager. And I think people get so worked up about that term. We know what happened with Cam this year. Oh, game manager game. There's nothing wrong with that. If I win a game as a game, I'm good. You tell me all the time.
I'm not going to mess up.
I don't care.
I didn't make my team lose. I actually am the reason, I'm helping them win.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with being a game manager. And like you said, that's exactly what Goff was, but it worked. It made sure, you're not putting up impressive yards. I mean, 287, he did good. but the 2 touchdowns, no turnovers, that's what you needed to do. And you let Gibbs and Reynolds, you got a double-headed horse when it comes to the running game. Come on, man. The team is good. Man, Gibbs lead all players in rushing yards. Laporta is a rookie tight end in history with 12 receptions in the playoffs. Campbell is was the leading tackler for the Lions, and the Branch had a key sack and some big plays. The rookie showed up. Absolutely, Alex.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited. And the thing is, like you said, Laporta, you got, St. Brown, just a baller. Just a baller.
Yep.
The team comes together. You don't have to do anything outrageous. It doesn't have to be a game-changing situation. Everybody needs to do their job, Sean. Game managing. They did a good job. To me, they deserve it. Yeah. Shout out to Detroit, man. I love that defense. Yep. When they needed to show up and play, they showed up and played, man. Yeah. That's what you want. You want a balance, a offense that can get the points, a defense that can stop them when they need to stop them, and that's what happened. Shout out to the Lions, man. Shout out to the Lions, bruh. Yeah. Four different people got in the end zone, Sean.
Yeah.
Gibbs,
it was beautiful.
Reynolds, I think C. Reynolds got one. J. Reynolds got one. Yep. I mean, come on, man. The team is just it excites me about the Lions.
Well, and that's the thing that I think is great. You talked about both the Reynolds guys got it. And if you were to look at this team, we already know Gibbs, Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, James Williams. You got all these big star players, but it's some of the guys that people might not know that are making plays.
Now, that's it.
Everybody, you hit the nail on the head. Do your job. Everybody is doing their job. And it's working, man. It's working. And they are this close. They are this close to winning and getting to the Super Bowl.
One game, Sean.
Now look, there's another reason why I'm kind of excited that the Lions made it to the championship. The last time the Lions made it.
Why excited?
The last time the Lions made it to the championship game, they played the Washington Redskins at the time. So now every time they talk about it, they go do highlights of the last time. So Washington is back in the news in playoff time. Let's go. I told you we'd get here today. We're in the championship.
So that's how you made sure your team was mentioned just by them showing up. 30-year highlight from 1991.
Let's go.
Man, you can't hate on it.
Oh,
I'm so hyped. I owe Detroit an apology. I cheered because it was a backwards effect when I do. Oh, yeah. Hey, look, I don't know too many people that predicted this, a championship.
Yeah.
But my God, I mean, if any franchise deserves it, I know there's a bunch of them that haven't been there, okay? But if any team deserves to get back, I'm hyped. You got to show Barry, Megatron, and Slim. Oh, yeah, they got to represent. The thing is, it was so funny. I think they said somebody let Barry sign just for the next 2 games so that he can get a Super Bowl.
Please, I would sign a petition.
The people said that they would be fine with it. They would be fine with putting him on the roster just so he can get a ring.
If Zach Ertz if you're gonna sign Zach Ertz today, I mean, somebody got to let Barry back in the building now.
They sign Ertz today. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Zach Ertz is on the practice squad. They hope to have him ready for this week's game. Wow. Man, if the Lions to the bowl, that city gonna be lit. I would love to be in Detroit. In the cold, in that situation, because I know those fans are going to turn up. But we're going to talk about it because I don't know. But shout out to the Lions. Shout out to the Buccaneers, man. Nobody even knew that you guys were even going to get to this spot either. Don't put no shade on them. They fought hard. They just couldn't get over the hump. Baker was Baker. But I think he earned himself a job. I think to get him to the second round, I mean, that's pretty big on your first season with them. Yeah. Ertz was such a smart signing. Back inside of Brock Wright. Yeah, got hurt. Yes. I didn't even think about that, and I was wondering why they would sign Ertz. But, yeah, Brock Wright did get hurt. Zach Ertz, yeah. Oh, man, yeah. Yeah. he's gonna be able to help them. I think so. Bucks got their money's worth out of Baker. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna be able to actually, give him a couple dollars, man. I don't
They
think
should.
he should change
He's
the
earned it.
situation. He's earned it. They got you there. What's all you can ask for, man? The NFC
Right.
is kind of fair game next year, man. It is not.
Oh, yeah.
It
It's gonna be
ain't
interesting
all.
to see who's in
Yeah,
there.
it ain't a domination like the AFC usually is.
I know one team that's gonna be dominating though.
Detroit.
Washington
Detroit.
Commanders
Detroit.
will be dominating
Detroit.
in 2024. Let's go.
I tried to block him out, guys, but you know how Sean is. You know how Sean is.
Yo, and we definitely got to move on because now we know the NFC championship games are set.